Hello there my fellow Holotable heroes and welcome to another roster review. So let's start by giving a shout out to today's Holotable hero, DK Sphinx. DK maybe short for Dark, maybe short for Denmark, some sort of Sphinx. And I guess their guild name is Relentless would be my guess, so shout out to them as well. So let's look at their roster. They've got a nice big juicy one, over 14 mil GP, lots of high relics and everything. So the question is, what are they actually looking to get out of this roster review if they do have such a nice rounded up roster? So their guild, they say, it's quite heavily focused on territory battles. They've got multiple teams already to Relic 9, so they're just looking a few more teams to get to Relic 9 so they can complete all the missions, especially looks like on the dark side planets. So they were thinking to level up Inquisitors with Morocco. Well, obviously Inquisitors, they do have a special mission on Malachor, so they should be one of your top teams to go for in terms of Relic 9s. Then also mention it would be nice kind of sort of to go for the mods if there is anything, but they do feel like mods are in good place more or less. So we'll go through some mods as well just to maybe highlight some of the things that could be changed. They did put actually Omicron on Morocco just for funsies, and definitely thinking about using it on Malachor. However, there are kind of two ways you could use Morocco. You could either use him with Inquisitors or you could use him with Balen as well. So in both teams, I think it works reasonably well. It really depends how you want to obviously spread your roster. They do have a Sith team as well already for Malachor, so they really need two more to complete it there, as mentioned before. That's where actually the majority work will come. The question is, who should those two teams be? And obviously once we will be planning that, you also have to think ahead. You have to think about, hey, yeah, sure, what are the teams that can get Sector 5 done, but what units are actually needed in Sector 6? Because both of these are Relic 9 units. So if there's anything specific in Sector 6, better use that as well in Sector 5 just to minimize the amount of relicking you have to do. Anyway, more about it later once we go through that. Let's just go, as mentioned before, through the mods a little bit. Now, I'm not saying what they have is wrong in terms of modding, because modding at the end of the day, it's kind of subjective. It really depends how and where you use your units. So there may be a particular reason why they have them modded this way that obviously I may not be aware of. The modding suggestions I gave you just kind of more like overall modding that works in, overall without remodding in any scenarios, whereas obviously specific modding can always improve in a specific scenario. My modding suggestions always like, this is generally how you want to mod this character, so you don't have to move mods around pretty much for anything. So starting off with a John Skywalker, they do have a mod for speed, which I guess is one way of modding John Skywalker. However, at least then I guess primaries should all be protection, so arrow as well as triangle. But normally, you wouldn't put speed set on John Skywalker because speed isn't primary really thing for him, because Captain Rex does form up. However, I guess if you're using him under some Jedi team, Galactic Republic team, you may want to have speed on him, but normally you would have an offense set, a defense set, and then all protection primaries, just to make sure he can be up as long as possible. Then let's look at the droids. So the unit I want to highlight here is BT. Now they do have offense set crit chance, which is fine, but triangle, I think offense would be better. Crit damage is fine, and yeah, also offense arrow, because BT is all about damage. So definitely triangle off an arrow and offense on arrow I would prioritize there. Then let's have a look at the first order. So Kylo Ren unmasked, health there. Tenacity, there could be a valid reason, but normally you just want health everywhere, so health on triangle as well, and health as well on the arrow. You just want him to be have as much health as possible, because he's unique. Whenever he's hit, he recovers 8% health, so the more health he has, the more he's recovering, right? So that's the overall idea. And then in terms of Galactic Republics, we'll just look at both Kenobis, I guess. Speed set, health set, that's the way to go. primary health, that's good. Protection, like Galactic Republic, doesn't need health for offense. So, you know, lately I've been kind of using more Master Kenobi for the damage. So I would say maybe offense on across, critical damage on triangle, and then speed there. I guess it's fine. And then let's look at the other Kenobi. If we can find him, there is. Health set's good. Protection. Whereas in most cases, John Kenobi, like, if you use him under Padme, if you do use him under Jedi Master Kenobi, you will want to mod him for health. So normally all of these would be health. Crit avoidance, again, maybe it's very specific reason why they have crit avoidance on him, but normally, you know, when you do run him under Padme or Jedi Master Kenobi, you have crit avoidance baked in already when you have protection up anyway, so that's not really necessary. So I'll just put all health primaries on all of them, I think, just that, you know, Kenobi can be very, very durable. Then let's look at the Jedi faction next. So we're gonna just touch up here on Jedi Master Luke. Protection there, protection there, protection there. So I would also like to see protection on the arrow, or speed if you want him faster, but definitely health not so beneficial. Let's look at the speed, 529. You would really want to have him like at 540 plus at least. And then rebels, let's go ahead and check out Leia. Speed, health set, looking good. Health, potency, protection, crit avoidance. Is that still the speeder bike modding, maybe, right? Because there we had to put like some weird mods on Leia, right? So maybe there's still mods from the old speeder bike raid. Otherwise, yeah, Leia, you just want as well health primaries everywhere, so she's nice and tanky. And then in terms of both Chewies, regardless of the sets, you know, you do want to put some tenacity on them. So tenacity cross at minimum, one tenacity set at minimum, just so, you know, they can resist a little bit more debuffs, because if they get dazed or stunned, right, they can't assist, and if they can't assist, they're next to useless. So yeah, at minimum, you know, tenacity cross, one tenacity set, just a little bit bump up, so they can, you know, hopefully resist some debuffs. Speaking of resisting, let's have a look at resistance. It's a very interesting modding on Rey. I think in one of my reviews I've seen this before, where they have speed set on Rey, so I guess this is a thing. But regardless of the kind of, you know, what sets you put on her, you really want to aim for at least 200k health and at least 500 speed. So speed, obviously with a speed set, not an issue, but definitely health is a bit on the low side, because if she's not tanky, you know, Starkiller Marlikos, they'll just chew through her and her allies very quickly, because the amount of bonus protection she gives is like 25% of her health every time she uses Lifeblood. So it's not just protection, it's not just survivability for herself, but also for her team. And finally, in terms of modding, Sith. So Sith, I mean, the modding is okay. I guess we would just like to see some more speed on here. So at least like 500, I think, is kind of the minimum target to shoot for all Galactic Legends, really. They should not be below 500. And then Savage, he needs all health. Protection there, tenacity there, protection there, speed there. So you want all health there on Savage, just to make the most, obviously, out of him as well. Okay, so this is in terms of modding. So let's now go through the faction and see what we actually want to get to Relic 9. It's not at Relic 9 yet, just to help you, you know, clear all the missions in both Sector 5 and 6 once you eventually get there. So let's have a look at the Empire faction. So what we want at Relic 9, I guess here is some sort of Lord Vader lineup. So definitely get the Lord Vader to Relic 9. You already got Piet at Relic 9, which is obviously good. Now, because both Darth Vader and Iden, they have their own combat mission, right, on Death Star in Sector 6, I would also get them to Relic 9, so you can kind of use them in Sector 5 and then in Sector 6 as well with Lord Vader. So that's why I would choose those two, so you can double dip Relic. Maybe not the most optimal team, but, you know, at least like you can save some Relic materials. First order, I guess we just want to build out Supreme Caloran, Dark Ray, Kalon Mask, Hux, and I guess Sith Trooper then, because you have him at Relic 8 already anyway, so they will be able to clear pretty much anything in any sector, so definitely want to build them up. And then let's look at Imperial Remnant. So you only got these three guys at Relic 9, so Peridia, Night Trooper, and Enoch, and Omicron on Enoch, so as well might as well bring Dark Trooper, Moff Gideon, and maybe Scout to Relic 9, you know, just to make use all out of your Enoch, Omicron, both in Sector 5 and 6, so you know, I think that could be a fun team to run. Inquisitors, now this is interesting, they do have an Omicron and Marok. So there are two ways we could go with this, right? So in Malachor, we do have to use, we need to have a Relic 9, 8th brother, 5th brother, 7th sister. So the two remaining ones usually are Riva and Grand Inquisitor. But because they have Marok Omicron and they have Grand Inquisitor all at Relic 9, does that mean that we leave out Riva then? And we just do Grand Inquisitor, Marok, and the 3 required Inquisitors at Relic 9 for their mission on Malachor. Or you can say, do you know what? I want to be a bit more flexible and have more teams to use. Then you could do Riva to Relic 9 as well. And then what you could do with Marok is actually use him with Balan. So in this case, if you want to have like an additional, you know, team to play around, you could obviously then do Balan, Shin, and Marok to Relic 9, and then just I guess chuck in whoever you've got at Relic 9 from mercenaries. You've got Embo, you've got Boba as well, old Boba, or heck, even Kersantan. You could just throw some two more mercenaries to complete the team. If you do want to have an extra flex team, you could actually do that as well. And then in terms of smugglers, there we go. Now, even for Castle, right, we need some Relic 8s to have that special mission on Castle. So for that one, I think we need L3 and Kira to Relic 8, so I would suggest you do that as well. And then we need Yang Han to Relic 9, yep, and Vendor Chewie to Relic 9 for their special mission on Vendor. So there's two special missions that you are not able to complete yet. So in terms of prioritizing, I would actually prioritize these just so you can actually earn some get free for yourself and for the guild. And then in terms of scoundrels, Dr. Afra, she does have a special mission on Hoth, I believe, in Sector 6. So not sure if your guild is making it there, but just thinking ahead, you will want then to have Dr. Afra, Trip, and BT at Relic 9, because those three are required. And then I guess just you could throw in two other dark side scoundrels, we've got Embo at Relic 9, you got Kersantan at Relic 9, both Bobas at Relic 9. I mean, I haven't tried it mission myself, I haven't seen it yet, but not sure how difficult it is. But at least you always get the requirements up to Relic 9s that are needed anyway, and then see who the remaining units work well or not. Just have to test it out, and I guess let me know, because by looking at your roster, you'll be there before me. And finally, Rogue One. We need to get Baze and Chirrut, because they're required for a special mission on Scarif, along with Pathfinder, which they already have at Relic 9. So you can see, aside from like First Order and Inquisitors and Empire, so it's really kind of like three full Relic 9 teams they need to build out. Everything else is kind of there, just need a few more here, a few more there, so they're actually not too far off from being able to complete everything in Sector 5 and in Sector 6. So let's have a look at the plan just to get an idea of how this now all looks like. So I kind of mapped out based on what they have already at Relic 9, like how I would spread my roster to be able to full clear everything. As mentioned before at the bottom, we need Kira and L3 under Ray, which they already have Relic up on Castles, that's Relic 8. And these are now all Relic 9 units, so at the top we have Sector 5, so they have enough teams for Cafrene. I like to say Cafrene because it sounds Italian. So the Rings of Cafrene, they already have, looks like, enough teams to clear that. They also for Vendor, They're just missing the special mission one as mentioned, Vander Chu and Yang Han, and they'll be able to full clear that as well. So what they really need to work on is right here on Malachor, basically 3 kind of teams-ish. They have Grand Inquisitor at Relic 9, and this is where they can make decision. Either go with Marok and then the 3 guys that are required, or with Riva, and then they can leave Marok to use with Balin if they also bring Balin to Relic 9. So it's kind of decision that they can make themselves. And then as mentioned before, for Lord Vader, they've got Piet. I just kind of put Starkiller there. He's an Aligned Force user again. I'm not sure how difficult those missions are. I didn't try them myself. But definitely you will want to have Lord Vader, and you will want to have Iden and Darth Vader because they're needed on Death Star specifically. So some sort of Lord Vader lineup built around those 3. Now they do have the 3 Remnants already at Relic 9 and an Omicron on Enoch. So I'll just, complete this team as well. Or I said they could go down the Balin route. It really depends. There's a bit of flexibility here, really. And definitely want to work on your Supreme Color and squad with Dark Ray. That would work nicely. So if you complete these in Sector 5, then once you come down to Sector 6, you can just reuse everything more or less that you already built up for Sector 5. So nothing additional needed there, really. Same thing for Hoth, we can have Jabba, we can use Inquisitors here, they already have Ahsoka, so they just need to build out a Dr. Aphra team here and they can complete everything on Hoth as well. And for Scarif, basically just reuse from Cafrene, just what they have, just kind of also get Relic up to Relic 9 base and Chirrut. Now for the other mission, obviously we could do some sort of Lord Vader mishmash squad. As you can see here, Sith Eternal won't even be used in this particular case, but it really depends. Maybe if like Remnants can't complete a mission on Death Star, then you could, put let's say Dark Trooper Moff Gideon and I don't know, Imperial and Enoch even under here Iden, and then Sith Eternal could be there. If they can do it, then you can just do kind of a mishmash Sith Iden Lord Vader team. It's something you're gonna have to play out a little bit once you get there, but definitely once you level up all these Sector 5 teams, especially if you have like a backup team, as mentioned before, the Flex team with Balin as well, and then Riva and Inquisitors, an extra team to play around, you should definitely have enough to kind of figure out what works there in Sector 6, whenever you get to it. So personally, I am now in a position where I am able to full clear Sector 4, actually video coming shortly about that as well. I recorded my full clear, so I'll share that. So me as well, I started now working on completing teams for Sector 5. They're way ahead of me, I have to say, but yeah, definitely I think, this kind of loadout is kind of similar to what I'm putting together. Except I don't have gun guns actually. They're at Relic 7 and I'm not sure I'll be bringing them to Relic 9. I'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm missing a team there instead of gun guns. I have to figure something out. But anyway, more about that once I start making Sector 5 videos. The next one is full clear of Sector 4 as mentioned before. Hopefully I'll see you then. But until then, have fun, enjoy life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.